Hello, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to discuss the qualities that I think are necessary for us to become aware of or pay attention to help us navigate through all of this chaos and stay centered, in our light and moving forward through all of this. And really, I think these things will help you to see that we really are coming together and this is all working out perfectly. So, the first and most important thing I think I wanted to talk about was emotional intelligence. And that is like really being in touch with your inner knowingness, that feeling within you that when you just really know something, that's your emotional intelligence. And what we have to do to really be in touch with that on a deeper level is to uncover the ego emotional body, to help heal those things and move those things out of the way and, bring more love into ourselves and just know and feel that love that's within you. That, when you do a great meditation and you feel centered and at peace, when you're in that place, the knowingness comes to you. Your brain doesn't have to bring information in to inform you what is right and wrong for you. It's a feeling that I just know. And oftentimes you can have an explanation of information that explains that, and sometimes you can't. But really get in touch with that feeling of knowing who you are, knowing what feels right to you, without having to explain it first. Trust the feeling first. And that's really important in discerning the information, everything that we're going through right now. We know that we're being misinformed and there's all kinds of disinformation out there. And I don't care where your beliefs fall, but the information isn't real and it hasn't been for a long time. We've been subjected to propaganda since television's been invented, and even before that, probably. So it's all a game of mind control. And when you stay in your mind and you process everything from your brain's a computer. It doesn't really know. It can't really decipher what is truth. You only learn to do that through critical thinking and through feeling, that emotional intelligence. So when you can combine critical thinking with emotional intelligence, you can come to your truth, what feels true to you. If you're relying on information to guide you, just from your brain and thinking through it, and accepting that things are true, like a fact, this is a fact, this is a fact. It's not necessarily a fact. Facts can be easily manipulated. Research is easily manipulated. The results in research are dependent upon the intention of the researcher. Just the intention of the researcher can affect the results of research. So knowing that, all information can be skewed, which makes it just puts all the pressure on you to decipher what feels true to you. Without having to have all this information, it doesn't work. So we're moving into a society where we're blending these things, where information is guiding us, but it's not controlling us. And where we're starting to, accept that we know, that we have access to the knowingness and trusting that. And that's the second point, is trusting. So we want to surrender to our higher selves and to God, and whatever you call God, Mother, Father, God, Sophia, Allah, whatever you call God, the higher creative force. You're surrendering to your higher self, which is a direct connection to source of all that is, however that is for you. Then when you surrender to that, which is just you're receiving your information from source. You're not receiving information from a being out in the astral planes that you don't necessarily know you can trust or not. This is your direct pipeline to source through your heart, to your higher self, and to source of all that is. And may only that light that serves my highest good can come to me. And you trust. You trust. You create that pathway. You go in through the heart. You connect in with all that is. You can connect in with Mother Earth. You can connect in with Source. You can connect in with your Ascended Masters, your guides, your angels, if you like. But you're always connected in directly to Source. And this is what you surrender to. And then you have to trust. You just have to trust. You have to trust and feel it and know it. And trust that knowing. Knowing that you are the light. That you are bringing the light in just by being here. And choosing to be in your truth. And choosing to be the love. Rather than to be in fear of what may be happening or may not be happening. Just choosing to be the love that you are. Trusting that you are doing that. Then you also have to trust that it's changing the world. Do you really believe it's changing the world? Or do you believe it for that moment that you're in meditation and then you get caught up in the worldly things and you just don't believe it's really happening, that you're really making a difference? And that's when you have to remind yourself that, yes, I am. Yes, we all are. You know, we changed the world in 2012 by raising the vibration, by holding love in our hearts, by being the light, by being the love. We created enough love and light on this planet, in this earthly plane, to avert our destruction at that time. That was the turning point. And for me, I felt it. I felt it in my body. The next day I was like, I don't know what happened, but we did it. We did this. We made this change. We made the shift. This is the unfolding of that shift. And how quickly it unfolds and how gracefully it unfolds depends on how much love we choose to be and how much light we choose to be. We can go down a dark road and still end up awakened in nirvana, in 5D world. But we can make it a more direct path and have it go a lot smoother. The more we stay in our love, the more we stay in the light, the more we offer love, rather than getting caught up in the chaos of what's going on. So it's trust. I feel we're having a hard time trusting that because of what we see. So I think in that case, just pull back. Don't let yourself see so much of what's going on. And just know, to be the light. So let's go back to critical thinking a bit. In order to expand your horizons and accept more of who you are, you need to critically think about your own self, about your own world, about the collective. So when things come up, in order to get in touch with that knowing and expand who you are, you need to ask those questions. You need to say, well, why do I do that? Or why is that happening? Or what does this mean? Or what will this lead to? Or what was the intention? What is my intention? Am I in fear or am I in love with this? Ask the questions. Why, what, where, when, and how. Go down the rabbit hole. When you answer one, take it to the next question. You have to, go backwards into something. What motivates someone to do something? Like what motivates our politicians to do what they're doing? You start to get your internal answers. You're not going to get the answers on the internet. They have to come from within. And trust what you're getting. And go down that. And you have to be willing to let go of the box that you're in or the beliefs that you're holding about anything and everything. You have to be willing to let it go, to let it unravel. and ask for all I want to know is the truth. Please, my higher self, guide me into my truth. Guide me to what the truth of the matter is. Because one of the problems that I noticed that we can run into, and that I ran into a bit, was understanding that your truth changes as you change. Your truth expands as you expand and awaken. Your truth expands into higher realms. So what we need to do is, your truth expands as your belief system expands, as you let go of your beliefs about the world. So I'm going to use politics. If you trust in the system of politics, that they really are working for us, or trying to work for us, or working for the people, and you hold that belief that that's really the truth, it's just all the problems within it, then your information's only going to be about trying to fix from within this problem, rather than stepping out of it and saying, looking at it from a bigger picture and saying, what is this? And what is the intention of all this? And why is it like this? When you step out of it and you look at the big picture of it, and you start asking these questions, you allow yourself to receive answers that are bigger than the problem. And then you can see more of the truth of the matter. And then you decide, what does this mean for me? How does this guide me? What does it mean? What kind of choices can I make in my life? Then you're able to accept bigger truths when you're able to let go of a container that you have around something, an idea that you think something's supposed to be a certain way, and please God, guide me through this, but you're still wanting to stay in that container. You'll get some guidance, but it might not be the highest and best guidance. It has to be a guidance that fits in with your belief pattern, within the bubble you've created. So it's a willingness to expand and go beyond what you believe is the truth of the matter, no matter what it is, whether it's about something personal or collective. So that seemed important, because I realized that I only got information for as far as I was willing to go at the time. And I always ask for the highest and the best, and you'll get the highest and the best. But you have to have this willingness to let go of the old, to move forward. As you're receiving these truths and you're filling up with these truths, then you also have to integrate this into your life. And you need to be aware of consciously choosing what your new beliefs are. So walking through life with what you truly believe, responding in life in this third dimensional world based on what you believe about yourself or what you believe about the world. So you need to start to integrate it and change, and let your behaviors change. And all it really takes is, just one little affirmation that reminds you of, well, this is what I believe is my truth now. And, and you create that mantra, like, I am worthy of love. I'm worthy to be loved. And you may not have to remind yourself of that, but everything you do is in alignment with that. So you need to consciously walk in alignment with what you believe. So we can't play both sides of the fence. And this is what came up in the last week or so. How we believe certain things, but we might still be afraid of other things. So we're kind of like dancing on both sides of the fence. And right now, that was okay for a while. But right now, I'm really feeling that we can't do that anymore. We have to walk in our truth. We have to trust what we're getting. We have to trust who we are and be courageously ourselves. Courageously walk through life knowing and believing who you truly are. And knowing that always changes. As you expand, it changes more. But just trusting that, but just being where you are now. Like if you believe the controversial subject of wearing a mask. You know, if you believe that they don't work, it's not healthy to wear them, then you should not wear one wherever you can get away with not wearing one. It's always an individual choice, but you need to feel it in your heart whether this is in alignment with who you are to put this mask on at this moment or not. But the more you go without, you're courageously walking through life as you and walking in what you believe in, and then you're giving others the strength to do the same thing. If they see you not wearing a mask and they don't believe in it either, they might have the courage not to wear the mask as well. You know, like I said, every circumstance is different and everyone has to choose for themselves. And that's where sovereignty comes in. This is a sovereign journey. There's never been a time where we are more independent of each other than right now. And it's a dichotomy, right? In order to be in unity, we need to accept our sovereignty completely. We need to walk this path, know who we are. We've had a whole year to get to know who we are, and we'll have more time. And that's what we need to do. Get to know who you really are. Love yourself deeply. Let go of everything that's false and accept all that is love. And start to walk through life as that love and accept that's who you are. And just then you're walking towards your mastery and your sovereignty. Sovereignly walking through life in love as much as you can. Of course, everything flows. And as we do that, we can come together as one because we accept every person as a sovereign, divine, free will being of this universe, of this planet, of this country. And everyone has the right to live their life the way they choose. In love, in respect, in honor. And I know we'll all do that. There's no fear about people not doing that. So as we claim our sovereignty, we know who we are, and we are the love of God. We move through life into unity. I'm already seeing the unification of some, like I would say, like some of the light workers. Some light workers are just holding light, and they're the dreamers. Others are truth seekers, or then there's the patriots. But it seems like everyone is really bringing God back in and letting God guide them, which brings us together. And we're all doing different parts. We're all bringing in different things. We're all looking at things differently, but we're accepting it. It feels like we're accepting it more, that everyone has these different aspects to bring in, and we're all not walking the same path. But it's just amazing how it's starting to feel cohesive to me in that way. But there's still that rubber band where it's stretched. Boy, it's really stretched out there. And when it pops, I feel like we'll just all be unified. So there's people that are way out there. They're way different than others. And there's no way to describe who you think's going to be where. But everyone has to sovereignly walk their journey into their own mastery. And knowing that they're loved and trusting that they're loved. And trusting that this is all working out. It's all playing out the way it should. So, I hope this helps you walk your path a little easier in love and more courageously. Thank you. Much love. Bye.